Hi everyone, I have a reformer class for you today focused on core. We are going to use a ball for a prop, so go ahead, grab a ball. As always, I will have the props linked in the description below. And then when we get started today, we're gonna start on a red and a blue spring, which is one heavy, one medium spring on my Balanced Body Reformer. Now, this is going to be pretty heavy for your core and your arms. So if that's too heavy, you can always do one heavy and one light spring instead. I'm going a little heavier today just to work a little more in my arms. And then again, it'll be a little heavy for abs. So if you guys do need to make it lighter, you can make it lighter. We're gonna start lying down with our balls. Again, one heavy, one medium, or one heavy, one light spring, that's up to you. Balls are gonna go in between our knees to begin. And then once we get the balls in between our knees, we are all going to find our neutral spine. So we should have that nice natural curvature up our low backs. We're going to reach behind us and grab our short loops into our hands. Now, once we grab a hold of our short loops, again, since we're going a little heavier, if this is too much, you can always use the long loops instead of the short. Arms are going to go straight up to the ceiling. Hands are right over our shoulders. Knees are going up into a tabletop position. My feet are going to be together for a little inner thigh connection here. And then on an exhale, we're going to press our arms down. And as we press the arms down to our hips, we're going to squeeze the ball in between our legs. And then we're going to inhale to return back up. So I'm just going to exhale, pull down and squeeze the ball. And then inhaling as we return back up with control. Exhale, pull, squeeze. Inhaling as we return back up, thinking inner thighs and low abs are engaging every time we squeeze the ball. This is our warm-up. Exhale, pull down, squeeze. Inhale to return. Let's go for 3. Think scoop into our low abs every time we exhale. And then last one, exhale, pull, squeeze, and then inhale, return. Now, once we come back up, we're gonna pause. We're gonna add in an ab curl with this. So on an exhale, I'm gonna press my arms down, nod, curl, still squeezing the ball in between my knees. And then we're gonna inhale, return back down with control. Exhale, nod, curl, squeeze that ball. Again, inhaling as we return back down. As always, the curl should be coming right from our bra lines. And as we come up, we're holding our neutral spine, so we're not collapsing into our low backs. Exhale, nod, curl, squeeze the ball. Inhaling as we return back down. Let's go for 3. Scoop into those low abs. 2. And then last one, exhale, press, curl, squeeze, and then inhaling as we return. Now, once we return back down, we can relax our feet. Feel free to give ourselves a little stretch. The next time we come up into our curls, we are going to stay up there. So let's go arms again, nice and long up to the ceiling, knees up into our tabletop position, feet are together, 1 abdominal curl. We're gonna exhale, press, curl, hold ourselves at the top. Now, on an exhale, I'm going to squeeze the ball in between my knees, scoop into my low abs, and then inhale, release, hold your curl. Exhale, squeeze the ball, inner thighs, low abs. Inhale, release. Exhale, big squeeze. Inhale again, release. Big squeeze, inner thighs, low abs. Release. Reminder, if your necks are an issue, heads can always go down. Let's go for 3 more. And 2. And then last one, squeeze, release, arms up, heads down. We can relax our feet and just give ourselves a little stretch. Now, from here, we're gonna grab the ball into our right hand and then just have your strap into your right hand as well. So you're gonna hold your strap as you usually would, but the ball is going to be in your hand as well. Same thing, if this is too heavy, use your long loops. We're gonna do single leg extensions with ab curls. We're gonna alternate the ball from the right hand to the left hand when we do this. So let's start with the arms up to the ceiling. This is a little bit of a brain teaser. Neutral spines, our knees go up into a tabletop position. Legs are zipped together. Now, as I press and curl myself up, I'm gonna reach my left leg out away from me. Pause here, the ball goes underneath your right leg into your left hand. We return ourselves back down. Then the next time we curl up, we extend the right leg out. We take the ball behind the left leg, and then we return. So the opposite leg goes away from you. So when the ball is in the left hand, the right leg needs to extend out to switch. And then when the ball is in the right hand, the left leg needs to extend out and switch. So again, every time we curl up, we extend the opposite leg and we inhale to return. If this is too heavy, go ahead and change to your long loops, or you can also change the springs. Press, curl, extend, inhale, return. Exhale out, inhale back. We're gonna go for 2, and last one. Okay, when we come back, we can relax our feet. Feel free to give ourselves a little stretch. And then the ball is going to stay in our right hand. Now, the next time we come up, we're gonna hold ourselves at the top and we're gonna alternate right, left, right, left. Again, opposite hand, opposite leg. So ball should be in your right hand, arms are up to the ceiling. Knees are up into a tabletop position, legs are zipped together. We're gonna press curl, extend the left leg, we hold here. The ball goes underneath the right leg, we switch, right leg out, take it underneath the left, switch the arms, stay at our sides as we alternate right, left, right, and left. Stay in your neutral spines. Carriages should be staying pretty still. Try to hold your curls. If your necks are an issue, your heads go down. Let's go for 4, 2, 1. Finish with it in your right hand and return back down. Ooh, okay. Feel free to give yourselves a little bit of a stretch. And then we are going to take our balls now and they'll just go underneath our sacrum. So my favorite way to do arms is the ball underneath the sacrum. It helps to take any tension out of your hip flexors and your low backs. If you don't feel comfortable, just put the ball in between your knees. So lowest part of your back, right above your tailbone, make sure it's in a comfortable spot. We should be able to still hold a bit of a neutral spine here. And then again, arms are gonna go up to the ceiling. If it's too heavy, change to your long loops. Knees are up into a tabletop position, legs are zipped together. Now, as we press our arms down to the mat, we're gonna reach our right leg out away from us. We're gonna inhale, return back in. Then we're gonna extend the left leg out and we're gonna inhale, return. We exhale, we extend, we inhale, return. Now just make sure the heads are staying down when the balls are underneath your sacrums. Single leg extensions, thinking engaging our obliques. Exhale away, inhale back. Bra lines stay heavy. Exhale to press and extend. Inhale, return. We're gonna go for 3. Okay, on our last one, we're gonna pause, back up, knees are in our tabletop position, arms go all the way down to our hips. Rotate your palms towards your hips and let's inhale, open our arms out to a T. Exhale, press the palms of the hips. Out to a T, exhale, palms to hips. We're gonna feel our lats and our biceps engaging on that press. We inhale to open, we exhale to press. Every exhale, I'm drawing my abs in to my back. Inhale, open. Again, exhaling as we press those palms back down to our hips. Let's go for 3, 2, and then last one. Now when we press the palms of the hips, let's pause. Let's make those a little more challenging. When we open our arms out to a T, let's reach that right leg back out away from us. As we press our palms to our hips, we're gonna pull the right leg in. Left leg out as we open, exhaling as we pull back in. Now, if you don't feel comfortable with this, especially with your stability, you can always take the legs out of the equation. You can just keep the knees in tabletop. Again, if we don't feel comfortable balancing. Inhale out, exhale back in. Feel those heavier springs today with those arms. We are gonna go ahead and do one more, out and in. Now, once we come back in, pause. Elbows bend for our tricep press. Let's exhale to press. Inhale, bend. Now let's add in the legs. Both legs out and in this time. When we press the arms down, we reach both legs out. We bend to come back in. Exhale, press, extend. Inhale, return. I'm really thinking about scooping into my low abs as I reach my legs out. Exhale away. Inhale, return. Scoop into those low abs as we extend. Inhale, return back in. Elbows can either hover off the carriage, that's a little more challenging for your balance, or they can be relaxed down. Let's do 3, Last one. Okay, then once we come back, press your arms all the way down to your hips, hold them there. Last thing will be our circles. Our arms open out to the sides of the room, they go up to the ceiling. We pull down to our hips. We go out, up, and then we exhale to pull back down to our hips. Again, for those arm circles, pelvis is trying to stay nice and still on that ball. Now, if you would like to make these a little more challenging, you can add in the legs. You can extend both legs out away from you and hold. You can bring them back in. You can extend one leg out and hold. Up to you. Now, the next time I press to my hips, I hold, reverse, go up, out, exhale, press. Again, the legs are up to you. You can keep them in tabletop. You can pull them in and extend them out. You can keep them away from your body. Feel that movement coming right from the shoulders. Feel those lats, biceps engaging as we press. Let's do 3. Scoop into those low abs. 2 and 1. Bend the knees, relax our feet. We're gonna go ahead and hang our straps back up onto the pegs. Okay, once we hang our straps up, lift the hips up. That ball comes out from underneath your sacrum. We're gonna curl up now, and the ball's gonna go right behind our bra lines. Now, when we get it behind our bra lines, make sure it's in a comfortable spot. Feet are gonna be on the wooden platform out in front of you. Hands are behind your head. And then we're gonna inhale and fold over our balls into a little spinal extension. From here, we're exhaling to curl up into an abdominal curl. And then I'm gonna inhale and fold back over the ball. Now would be the time if you need to adjust the ball so it's in a little more of a comfortable spot to adjust the ball. We're exhaling to curl up. We're inhaling to fold back over, and we are not worrying about our neutral spine here. Exhale, curl. Inhale over. I'm keeping that little space in between my chin and my chest like it could fit a lemon or a kiwi there. Let's go for 3. If you have long legs, feel free to put your feet on the foot bar. 2 and 1. Okay, now we're gonna add in. So when I curl up, I'm gonna lift my right knee and rotate left elbow to the right knee. I'm gonna fold back over. We're gonna do the same thing on the left. Curl, lift the left leg, rotate to the left side. Inhale over, exhale, curl and rotate, inhale back. Now thinking when we rotate, it comes right from the ribs. The pelvis is not moving when we rotate. Again, right from the spine, right from your rib cage. We wanna feel our obliques working here. Exhale, curl, rotate, inhale back. We're gonna go for 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, then once we go back, we're gonna curl all the way up. And then once we come up, we'll go ahead and just set our balls off to the sides. Okay, once we set the balls to the sides, I'm gonna take off that blue spring. So I'm on 1 red or 1 heavy spring. Headrests are all the way down. We're gonna sit on our reformers facing our straps. When we sit, I want your knees bent today. Heels are gonna be in the headrest. Make sure you have at least a palm's width away from you in the back of your carriage. You can have more than that, just no less. And then grab your straps into your hands. Now, I'm gonna grab my long loops, which is gonna be a little more challenging for my core. You can use your short loops, which makes it easier, or you can even grab up onto the non part of your ropes, which makes it much easier, up to you. Further back you grab, the more challenging it is. Arms are gonna be nice and long. We're going to tuck our pelvises, roll down towards our sacrums. We're gonna inhale here, and then on an exhale, we're gonna curl all the way back up. So we're gonna inhale, tuck, roll down to your sacrum, lowest part of your back, and then we're gonna exhale and come back up. Inhale, tuck, roll down. Exhale, scoop into the abs to come back up. Tuck, roll back, and exhale to come back up. So I wanna think when I roll back, I'm sending my tailbone towards my heels, and then I'm scooping into my abs to come back up. Let's go for 2 more. Get that low back down. Exhale up, and then last one, tuck, roll down, and exhale back up. Now we're gonna tuck and roll halfway back. We're gonna hold ourselves here. On our next exhale, we're gonna lift our right knee up into a tabletop position. Inhale, set the foot down. Exhale, left knee up, and then inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, lift and lower. Think rather than pulling your knee into a tabletop position, you're pulling your knee into your chest. Your chest is staying in the same spot the entire time. Arms stay long. So we're feeling our obliques working to pull each leg in and back. Let's go 3. Last one, and then once we go down, we can come all the way back up and we can just give ourselves a little bit of a stretch. Now, the next time we come up, we will move the chest and not the legs. Again, the further back you grip, the more challenging it is. Heels are in your headrest. We're sitting up nice and tall. I'm gonna tuck my pelvis, roll myself back down towards my sacrum, so a little lower than where I was at before. Hold, little pulses of the chest up and down. Arms stay long, heels stay anchored. Use your core to pulse you up and down, up and down. Again, little pulses up and down. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then we'll come all the way back up. Feel free to give it a little stretch. Now, the next time we go down, we're gonna combine our chest lifts and our leg lifts together to make those a little more challenging. So take your heels back into your headrest. Arms are nice and long. We're gonna tuck our pelvises, roll back a little further than halfway. Keep the arms long. Then as I lift my right knee, I'm gonna lift my chest as well. As I set the foot down, I'm gonna lower my chest back down. Left leg and chest, lower down. So we go chest, knee to chest. Exhale every time we lift. Inhale every time we lower. So we go up and down. The chest and the legs lift together. The arms need to stay long. Feel your rectus abdominis. Feel those obliques. It's an exhale up and inhale back. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Lift, lower. 4, 2, and 1. And then we can come all the way back up. Okay, once we come up, we're gonna hang our straps up. We're gonna sit off to the right side of our reformers. Now, we are adding on, or we're changing to one light spring, which is one light spring, which is one yellow spring on my reformer, one light. Kneel right in the center of your reformers. So I mean like center, vertical, and horizontal. So you're almost like dead center of your reformer. I'm gonna go a little more to the left side, and then we're gonna take your left hand onto the wooden platform. When we get here, I'm gonna shift forward so that my shoulder's right over my hand, and then I'm gonna push the carriage out with my knees, so now my hips are stacked on top of each other. Right hand can be at your hip, up to the ceiling, or behind your head. We are going to dip our left hip down towards the springs, and then we're going to use our obliques to pull the carriage slightly in. We're going to dip the hip down, lift the hip up. Dip the hip down, lift the hip. I want those left obliques firing. It's an inhale to lower and an exhale to lift. And that shoulder might come up into your ear a little bit when you lower. That's fine. Just make sure you push into your palm as you lift your hips back up. We have 3. Exhale, lift. 2. Last one. Okay, bring it back in. We're gonna add in our right leg to make those a little more challenging. So left hand is gonna stay on the wooden platform. I'm gonna start back with my hips stacked, shoulders are stacked. My right leg is gonna extend out away from me, and then let's lift it up. We're gonna dip that left hip back down, lift back up. Try to keep that right leg in the same spot. So I'm gonna push out with my left leg when I dip my hip, and then I'm gonna try to pull my left knee back under my hip when I come in. So we're going out, try to pull the knee back in. Inhale when we dip down, exhale when we lift up. Dip that hip, try to pull that left knee back underneath your hip every time we come in. Down, exhale, lift. Let's go. 4. Try to keep that right leg up. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, rotate to the front of your reformer. Take your feet up against the shoulder blocks. When we get here, we are going to go ahead and either have our well, let's all take our hands onto the wooden platform just so we're the same. Feet are up against the shoulder blocks, shoulders over your hands, hips are right over your knees. I'm gonna hover my knees a couple inches off the carriage, hold here. Then we're gonna inhale, press the carriage out with our legs. Exhale, bring it back in, keep the hover. Inhale out, exhale back, arms don't move. Shoulders are staying right over the hands. We inhale to push, we exhale to pull. Draw the abs into your back. Push, scoop to pull. 3, 2, last one, and then relax the knees back down. Rotate to the other side. Right hand goes to the center of the wooden platform. Knees go to about center of the reformer. Push the carriage out. So now your shoulders over your hands, your hips are stacked, your shoulders are stacked. Left hand, wherever it feels comfortable. We're gonna dip that right hip down, use the right obliques to lift. Inhale, push out. Exhale, use those obliques to lift. Again, when you press away, that right shoulder will probably come up into your ear a little bit, that's fine. When you pull back in, push into your palm, make sure that shoulder is out of the ear as we come in. Inhale away, exhale, pull. Push out and in. 4, use those obliques. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, pause in. We're gonna add in that left leg, and then after that, we are done. Feel free to roll up those wrists. It is a lot for a wrist. So take that right hand back, go ahead, push the carriage out, extend the left leg out away from you. Try to keep it lifted up as high as you can go. Mine's not super high because it does not want to go higher than that. We're gonna dip that right hip down, try to pull the right knee back in. So we push out with the leg. We can pull the knee back underneath us. Inhale out, exhale back. So again, the idea is that when we dip the hip, the right knee goes out further, and then we're trying to pull that knee back in. You should feel those abductors working and your obliques. Out and pull in. Try to keep that left leg up. Again, mine does not want to lift much higher than this. We're gonna go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay. Come back to the center. Feel free to roll out your right wrist. Again, I know that is a lot for the wrists. Feet are up against the shoulder blocks again. Hands go onto the wooden platform. If you need to create a fist for this, just to get off of your wrist, you guys can create a fist. Otherwise, if you feel fine on your palms, you can stay down onto your palms. We're gonna curl the toes underneath us, shoulders over the hands, hips right over the knees. Ready, lift the legs up, stretch out, hold. We're gonna bend the legs, stretch, bend, exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend, exhale out. Bend, press. 3, 2, 1, and in. Okay, feel free to roll out those wrists. Again, I know that is a lot. We are going to stay on this yellow spring, and we're gonna rotate now and face the straps again. Once you rotate towards your straps, we're gonna go knees up against your shoulder blocks this time. I need to give my wrists a little bit of roll. They're not liking this today. Hands are gonna go onto the frame of your reformer. Then once we get our hands onto the frame, I'm gonna walk my hands a little further away so my shoulders are not over my hands. Curl your toes underneath you, lift the knees up, and we're gonna come up into a plank. From this plank, we're gonna tuck our pelvis, hike our hips to pull the carriage in with our core, press out. Tuck, pike, press out. Scoop into the abs to lift, and now we have 6 for those pikes. Abs are into the back. 2 more, and 1. Woo, come down. Feel free to stretch back. Again, if you need to roll out your wrists, give them a little bit of a roll. And then once we finish those, We're gonna finish off with obliques, and we'll be done on our wrists. Okay, for obliques, just know your pelvis is gonna move a little side to side, that's fine. And you will probably have to readjust your toes on the carriage because your toes will move side to side as well. Hands are gonna go back onto the frame. I'm gonna walk them a little further out again so that my shoulders aren't over my hands. Curl the toes underneath you. Lift the knees up, stretch the legs, hold. We're gonna start to the right. I'm gonna rotate my hips right, tuck, pull in, extend out, go center, then left, tuck, pull in, extend out. Again, pelvis, feet move. Adjust them as needed. Exhale to pull, inhale out. Exhale, tuck, pull, inhale away. 4 more. So 2 more right, 2 more left. 1 more right, 1 more left. And then once you finish that one on the left, we can come down and give it a little bit of a stretch. Okay, we're gonna sit on our reformers, still in this yellow spring, feet on the floor. If you have a reformer that's higher off the floor, higher off than mine, or if you have shorter legs and straddling your reformer does not work, walk around to the front of your reformer, right in front of your foot bar, and you're gonna fold forward and your hands will go onto the 2 front corners of the carriage. Now, again, if you have a reformer that's not as high off the floor, or if you have longer legs, we're gonna stay here. Hands are gonna go into our shoulder blocks. We're gonna do a little stretch. Butts are gonna lift up. We're gonna push the carriage out, drop the chest down in between our arms, and then we're gonna tuck our pelvis around through our spine to come back in. Again, I'm gonna inhale to push away, let the chest drop down in between my arms, and then exhale, tuck around to come back in. We're just gonna do that 2 more times. Press out, chest is heavy, head is heavy, and then we're rounding through our spines to come back in. It's just like a cat-cow. Last one, push out, and round to come back in. Now, when we come back in, we're gonna take our knees back onto our carriages. We're gonna stay facing our straps. We're gonna change back to 1 heavy spring. You do have the option to keep this light one on. We're gonna go into some forearm planks. 1 heavy spring, again, you have the option to keep the light. If you do keep the light on, it is gonna make it a little easier for your core. Otherwise, just 1 red. Forearms are gonna go down into your headrest. Toes, balls of your feet should be right at the edge of the wooden platform that's right in front of your foot bars. Now, we're gonna push our legs out. We're gonna hold a plank. We're going back into pikes. We're gonna tuck the pelvis, hike the hips, and press back out. Exhale, tuck pike, inhale out. Draw the abs in to our backs. Tuck, lift, push out. We have 2 more. Just a heads up, we're gonna stay here after this last one. Okay, once we press out, we're gonna pause, squats. We're gonna bend our knees and stretch our legs. Inhale, bend, exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend, exhale, stretch. Right from those hip flexors. Exhale away for 3, 2. Last one, when we push out, hold. Arms are gonna push the carriage away. Arms pull in, arms out and in. Push, pull, push, pull. Legs stay long, abs stay in, butt stay down. Just the arms push out, just the arms pull in for 3, 2, 1. And then we can bend our knees and come back down. Okay. Woo. Once we come down, we are going to go ahead and stay on this red spring. I'm gonna put my foot bar up to the starting position. Now, once we get it up there, we're just gonna start with a quick stretch. Right foot is gonna go back to the shoulder block closest to you. Left foot is going to stay on the floor. Both hands are gonna go onto the foot bar. We're gonna press the carriage out with our right leg, press out with the left, hold this stretch. Okay, then bring your carriage slightly in so you have a little bend to your left knee. Both hands go to the very outside of your foot bar to the left side. You're gonna push your right hip down and find as much length in the right side of the body as possible so that you can stretch out your obliques, your hip flexors, quads. Okay, then we're gonna bring our carriages all the way back in. Now, when we come back in, we're gonna pause in. Both hands go to the very left side of your reformers. We're gonna lift our right knee up and we're gonna stretch our right leg out. Shoulders are gonna be right over the hands. I'm gonna scoop into my abs. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and lift my left foot off the floor. We're gonna take it behind the right and we're gonna do like mini pikes. So we're gonna tuck the pelvis, hike the hips, and we're gonna push back up. Tuck, pike, press out. Shoulders are gonna stay over those hands. Scoop into your abs. It's a very small movement. We tuck, we lift to pull the carriage in, we push out for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, unwrap your left foot, bring the carriage in. Then once we come back in, we're gonna take our right foot to the shoulder block furthest away, right hand to the right side of the foot bar. We're gonna stretch our right leg out, hop your left foot up, go right up into your plank. Now from here, we're gonna push out and in with our arms. Legs are gonna stay long, abs are gonna stay in, but stay down for that long stretch. Again, one red. If you need this easier, you can have a red and a yellow or a heavy and a light spring instead of that one heavy. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. When we come in, step your right foot off to the side, bring the carriage in, left foot onto the shoulder block closest to you. Press out into your lunge first, hold your lunge. Again, wherever that feels best in your bodies today. Okay, then we can bend our right knee slightly so the carriage comes in a little further. Both hands go to the outside of the foot bar. We're gonna push our left hip down and lean as much into that left side as we can. So we're finding length in the left side of the body so we can get into our hip flexors and our obliques. Okay, then once we come in, both hands go to the side. We're gonna push our left leg out one time. Shoulders are gonna stay over those hands. Take your right foot, wrap it behind your left, little pikes. We tuck, we pike, we press out, tuck, pike, press out. Scoop into your abs to lift those hips to bring the carriage slightly in and out. Again, the movement is most likely pretty small. 4, 2, and 1. Okay, unwrap. Go ahead, take your left hand to the left side, left foot to the shoulder block furthest away, push out, shoulders over the hands, hop that right foot up. One more time, out and in with those arms, push and pull. Let's just do 5. Legs are long, abs are in, butts are down. 4, I should be looking right to the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bend the knees, carefully come down, take your feet into your head rest. Open your knees wide, press the carriage out, drop your chest down in between your arms. Head can be nice and heavy. A little child's pose here. Butt is back. Okay, then from here, keep your chest where it's at. Push the carriage out so your hips lift up, and then just drop a little further. If you want your feet to go up against your shoulder blocks, you can. And then we're gonna lift our chest, bring the carriage in, and we can sit off to the sides. Okay, you are all done with that core workout. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me, guys. Have a great day.